Morning guys, Janine back again. It's very early, 6:21. I've just had Cece out on a walk, Poochie Maloochie, my dog, and she's having her breakfast. So I'm going to do me collagen and me creatine. So I've got the scales out, you can't really see that, can you? That's better, isn't it? If you watched the other videos you'll know a bit, but if you didn't, sorry guys, I just need to sit down now unless you're not going to be able to see me. Sorry Cease, let me go there. I did 2 yesterday, so maybe you want to go back and check them out if you want to know what it's all about. Anyway, following yesterday's video, I weighed myself this morning. Let me just... So, I was talking about, wasn't I, how you can put so much weight on in a small amount of time by eating processed foods. Again, if you want to know what I'm talking about, the best advice I can give you is to watch yesterday's videos. So, but I'm just going to show you something anyway. History. So let's see if you can see this. So this is August. This is my Renpho scales. This is August. You can see that at the top, can't you? 2025. So let's go to July 2025. Now just bear in mind, I'm not trying to endorse what I'm doing. I'm trying to make a point about the fact that when I went from healthy eating, the 80-20 rule, to just eating processed foods and what I wanted, how quickly things can change. So bear with me. So let's have a look. Right. Just want to get this right. So it was in August. Hold on a minute. Told you I'm never fully prepared, am I? Where is it? Right, okay. So on the 6th of July, I weighed myself and I was 713.6. Can you see that on the 6th of July? And then I got poorly. And then on the 15th of July, I weighed myself and I was 7'4". Again, you'll have to go back to yesterday's video if you want to know what it's all about. So that was the 15th of July. And then yesterday, which was Sunday, the 17th of August, I weighed myself and I was 9 stone 1.2. So I've weighed myself today and I'm 810.4. So clearly, obviously, I've lost. If we do the comparison, bear with me, comparison report. 4.8 pounds. So that's yesterday's compared to today. So we know, don't we, a lot of when you're eating, call it junk food, you hold a lot of water weight because you retain a lot of salt. But what made me really think about it is because my subcutaneous fat had jumped from, let me have a look at history. Trends, no, I can never get the right. Okay, so it's there. So do the comparison. So yesterday it was at 29.3. Can you see that? And the visceral fat was at 5 now. You know, when I was, so 29.3 and 5, we remember that. History, sorry, Cece's eating the paws off herself. When I was 713, it was 25.6 and in the green range, and my visceral fat was 2 and in the green range. So, you know, again, people might say, well, that's a bit thin, but for my body, you know, fat isn't good. You know what I mean? And I know, as I said, I do lose weight off my arms and my legs really quickly. Even when I was bigger, I always had little slim legs, do you know what I mean? And so that's sometimes where we hold our weight and sometimes where we don't. But more importantly for me is that, you know, fat around your organs is not good. So that's what's important for me, to get that, I'm putting the wrong word on, to where it's in the green again, you know, especially as I come from a family of like heart disease, and you know, before I went on my journey and I lost the weight, I was on blood pressure tablets. You know, my mum had a massive heart attack when she was 54. So sometimes in life, just putting that in, 23, perfect. We have to make choices, don't we? So to other people, they might think, you look a bit thin, Janine, but I nearly dropped the whole of that one. Such a clumsy Clara, guys. It's about what's going on in here. Do you know what I mean? Now, I know there are a set of scales, and people might say, well, you know, it's just a reading off your feet, but it's the best reading I can get without getting a DEXA scan. And what it did show me was that when I went to 9 stone 1, how easily it is to store fat around here, which is not good. Now I can see that because I didn't have this. Do you know what I mean? So that's me. That's how I'm doing things. And you know, yesterday after I had me back to front eating, because I had my breakfast and my tea, didn't I? I wasn't hungry all night because it gave me body proper nutrients. Now, I'm not asking for anyone, sorry guys, just need to get me turmeric, to follow my trend. I'm just on here because, you know, it helps me, and I like to document, and if it helps someone else, then that's great, isn't it? But ultimately in life, you know, we should be trying to help ourselves. And I did stop posting. Again, you'd have to go back and look. But now I'm going to start posting again because I know it's beneficial. So there you go. But it's interesting, isn't it, to see how easily that your body, if that's your shape, which is my shape, I've got no hips, no bum, but when my body puts weight on, it puts it on here. So it's just interesting, isn't it? And for me, with the massive history, my biological dad had a triple heart bypass, so it's important that I look after myself. So yeah, would I do the same again if I got ill again, went to, you know, 7 stone 4? No, maybe I'd look at it, doing it in a different way rather than just eating junk food, because that's what I did. But yeah, so that's that. I've got work today. I'm only, you know, I'm partial now, so I'm only in Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, so it suits me down to the ground. Yeah, and then I'm going to have a little bit of treatment on my face after. So, but I'm going to have this now, which is turmeric, my creatine and my collagen, and I'll have my little concoction of what I normally have, which I have. Me plant sterols, me black co-wash, that's meant to be for menopause, me multivitamins, and me ginkgo leaf, which is good for brain health, do you know what I mean? And then after I'll have my magnesium, you have that for night. But yeah, so that's my morning. I'm going to get myself all ready. Cece's fed. I leave at 10 to, because go and get my bus, I don't drive. And I feel better today for it, so, and I feel even better that I'm documenting it, and I'm not trying to push my ideas onto anyone. Do you know, it's just, I feel like if I don't come on and make myself accountable, I might fall by the wayside again, and that's not something I want to do. I might not, because as I say, I woke up this morning not hungry, you know, so I'm going to skip breakfast, I'm going to have this and my supplements, and then I'll have dinner, late dinner and tea, and I'm just going to have 2 meals a day for now. Will that change in the future? Who knows, but that is certainly for me. But it's just, as I say, interesting to see how quick your body stores fat. And as I say, I'm always going to have skinny arms, and I suppose people didn't notice that when I was bigger, but they weren't ever, you know, like big all my legs. So that's the way it is. Anyway, you have a good day. Well, your day will probably be over by the time you're watching this, but have a good day tomorrow. But I'll be back on after with what I'm going to have to eat. All right. Afternoon. Do you know what time it is? 4:10. All I've had is what you see me eating this morning. The day's just gone nowhere. I've been to work, and then I went and I had my lips done and some Botox and a bit of filler. And then I got back. I went to the lockup because I had a parcel in the lockup. I went for a bit of shopping in Aldi. And then I got back and I was chatting with my neighbours. And then I had another message. My other parcel was down the road, so I went and got that. And then I had to dismantle the table because my neighbour downstairs is having my table. So I haven't even had a bite to eat. Not deliberately. I'm quite hungry. But I've been eating flax seeds for yonks, like this. Just putting them on my breakfast, little flax seeds. Can't show you. Not even one there, Janine. Come on, like, have a word with yourself, girl. Like that. Apparently, no, you can't. You have to grind them. So I'm going to grind these now and put a load in a little storage container, so I've got them. So this is going to be a bit noisy, so I'm going to pause you while I do it. I hope everyone's okay. How pretty is that, love? That's it. All falling in on itself. Good, isn't it? Just wanted to show you. Quite calming, isn't it? So that's that done. Ground down. I buy these off eBay because they can work out quite expensive, you know. So I get these from like the spice shops on eBay. A kilo might be a tenner. And if you buy them like 500 grams at a time, not even 500, 250, it works out cheaper. And then because they're not ground down, they won't go off. You know what I mean? Don't even know they've got a best. There we are, 2nd of the 6th, 27. So that's a good investment. And then just grind them down. I didn't know you had to grind them down, but I'll put that in there now. And as long as it's airtight, it won't go off. It'll last a couple of months, but that won't last me a couple of months. I wouldn't do a load because that can go mouldy. That's why I always got the seeds. So that's my little tip for today. Sorry about me talking, guys, but my lips are like that. So that's them ground down. So just put the lid on and they'll keep. That's airtight. Just make sure it is pressed on airtight. So I'm going to have my West Advanced Greens and some of my protein powder. And then I'm going to have some, I don't think I could get away with a butty at the moment because I was saying I was using that bread up, wasn't I? But I might have a good go. I'm just going to make this. So I'm just going to put some water in my zuzzer. Can't think of the words for it. What is it called? A blender? Something like that? Can't really remember, guys. Does anyone else get like that with your brain just... I said the other night, no, last week when Abigail was here, my daughter, I need my weighing scales. She was in the living room and I was in the kitchen. I said, oh, I need that thing, you know, and I couldn't think of it. And I said, the thing you wash your face with. I meant a flannel. No, I'd like to say it's the menopause, but I've always been a bit ditzy, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to have 10 grams of this today. It does smell divine. Again, get on the NutriCircle app. You can. Oh, 10, spot on. You can get loads of bargains there, stuff half price and everything like that. That's where I go for all my bits there. They do loads of stuff, but it is a good site. So this is 45 grams. So, and that is 35 grams of protein. So I'm going to hammer it. Oh, got a little scoop in it. So that's 10. What did it say to do? 2 level scoops, 45 grams. So 10. 46. But I've already got 10 on, so 156, don't I? Oh, 61. It's gone a bit over, but what's a couple of grams between friends, eh? So, yeah, I'm glad to be back on my little YouTube. I've missed it so much, you know, I didn't realise. But I've had a good day today, so, and my daughter sent me a little voice note and I could hear my grandson in the background, and yeah, it's been good anyway. I'm going to zuzz this, so I'm going to pause you. Bear with. So, that's that done. I've just put it in on my phone while I was... Oh, I'm not going to have any ice with it or anything like that. I'm just going to drink it like that. So that's the creatine. I've added some creatine. How do you pronounce it? There's no calories or anything in that. That's just like to help build your muscle. Oh, shoot. Keep knocking things over, guys. Not because I want to be a bodybuilder, but you know, it's good for when you're getting older, and I'm 55, so that's that, the creatine. And then I had my collagen this morning, didn't I? And all my vitamins. And then I've had 52 grams of this protein powder because I added a bit more in by accident. And then I've had 10 grams of me advanced greens. Let's have a taste of this. It is dead nice, that, you know. Cece's up on the couch and she's not allowed, look. You see her? Got the table this one. Cece, get down. No, she isn't. Get down. Get down. Down. Okay. She's not allowed because she weed on it. So she gets excited. It's dead nice, that. Especially as it's made with water. Have a little taste, go on. Right, okay, let's see what we've got. What's the scores on the doors, guys? Can't let me know. They will go down. Let's have a seat. I've lifted my thing up so higher up so I can stand up. So anyway, I digress. So this morning I had my collagen, which is 72 calories and 18 grams of protein. And then I put this in for lunch because I hadn't eaten that. But that's because I've been dead busy. Do you know what I mean? Once I'm back in work full time, doing my full time hours, I'll take a lunch to work with me. But as it stands at the moment, I'm only there till 11:30 because I'm on part-time medical grounds. And then so I've had the collagen, which is 40 grams of protein. Not the collagen. I'm terrible for getting my words mixed up. The salad I showed you yesterday, what did I say? It was Italian something or other, but I don't even know. But if I get my words mixed up, mate, people, that's just me. So yeah, it's who I am. So that's the salted caramel protein powder. And in one serving of that is, I've added a bit more, haven't I? Because I went a bit heavy-handed with my spoon. But normally a 35 gram serving, a 45 gram serving is 35 grams of protein, and it's really low sugar as well. So it's good. But however, because I had a bit more, it's 202 calories. It's normally about 174. And 40.4 grams of protein I've had. And then the super greens is 30 calories and 1.4 grams of protein. But that's just more to get your vitamins and your greens and you get your gut working, do you know what I mean?
And then I'll do totals at the end of the day because I am going to eat something else. But let's see how much fibre I've had so far today. I've not done very well. 3.5, so I need some more, don't I? That's disgusting. You're meant to have 30, aren't you? But it's just been one of those days, do you know what I mean? And that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes sometimes in life. You know, I've gone from one extreme to the next, haven't I? But I've just been busy, so. C'est la vie. I'm going for a meal tomorrow, I think, with my kids and my grandson. So this is what I used to do in time gone by, you know, before I fell off the wagon and started eating anything and everything. Anyway, long story in another video, not going to go into it. But, you know, balanced it out. So if I was going out for a meal, if I ate a bit less one day, didn't matter because they all balance it out. And that's how life's supposed to be, isn't it? So I'm going to enjoy this and I'll catch you in a bit when I have something to eat after. Hello. So, it's time for tea. Time for tea. Oh, that's me dates. Oh God, I've thrown them all over the show. Get them off the floor. Cece can't have them. No, dates are poisonous for dogs. So that's my Greek yogurt. These girls have just switched themselves off, guys. I was going to have a butty, but my lips are really sore. So, I'm going to go for the easy option, soft food. So, just might as well take that to 200 peeps. To be fair though, 209. Oh, so sure. Greek yogurt. Got loads of protein in it too. And it's low calorie. That's the Aldi, 0 fat. So I'm going to have that at 209. I have to get a new spoon because I don't want to be double dipping, do I? Don't want to be double dipping in me. I'm not double dipping in me peanuts, am I? Because you don't have to use a spoon to get your peanuts out, do you? So what's in here? Me flax. So I'm going to have 10 grams. Oh, it's gone to 210 now. So 210 of Greek yogurt. Remember that, won't you? Because I'll forget. So 210. 220, so 10 of them, 10 of the flaxseed, which I've ground down, haven't I? Where's my chia seeds? They're a bit whiffy, them flax seeds, but they're alright, they're nice, you can't taste them. 5 of me chia seeds. I'm going to just give that a little mix around because apparently them chia seeds need to swell as well before they go in your gut. I just thought that your gut would do the job, but apparently not. They've got to go swell within the... but as my dad used to say, says Oxo on buses, Janine, but they don't sell them. And I've thought about that for years, and what he meant was, don't believe everything you see, read or hear. And he was a wise man, my old dad, God rest his soul. So that's that in there. Now, my friend last night, Kelly, came. And she brought me some, if I can get it out the bag. Ta-da! Watermelon. So I'm going to do some of that with this knife. I've told you about these knives, haven't I? These knives are from eBay. And at first glance, they look like a normal knife. They're vicious. Do not put it in your bowl if you buy one, and then because you'll go to, well, if you're anything like me, look at that, how it just cuts through. See that? Like that. Do not put it in your bowl if you're like me and you just throw your hands in to, look how sharp they are. Throw your hands in to wash your dishes because like me, you'll just lacerate yourself, which is what I did. So now I put it on the side and I don't even put it in the drawer. I've got 2, but the other one's hid. See how sharp they are? Hid in the drawer, out the way. Because if you stuck your hand in the drawer without thinking, I'm going to get some covers for them. You could do yourself some damage. I mean, they're very good. I think they were £16 for the two, which I think is a good price. And the guy off TikTok, Edgar, the Irish guy, I don't know whether you know him, who 160 recommended them. The scales have gone to pot, guys. He 240 of the watermelon. He said they were good for cutting tomatoes, because you know how fiddly tomatoes can be. And that's why I got them, because sometimes when you're cutting tomatoes, they just don't cut well. In my experience, they don't. So I thought I'll have some of them. Some of them I did. But really sharp, really sharp. So if you get them, just be careful, because you could lose a finger. So I'm just going to cut these dates. That's 6/4, 6/17, 6/04, so that's 22. 6/04, 30, 40 grams of dates. Walnuts, no, Brazil nuts, 2. Walnuts, a little handful. A nice hand. I have to be careful what I drop, because some things you can have and some things you can't. So I dropped a tablet the other day. Where's my lid? And it was all over the show. Looking for it, couldn't find it. It's only a herbal tablet, but you can't have it. First I have to get the Hoover out and just hoover everywhere. Anyway, just as I got the Hoover out, I spotted it. But then I had the Hoover out, so I thought I might as well hoover anyway, because then you don't have to do it again, do you, so soon? So it worked out well in the end. Next is porridge out. That was pretty full now, guys. Oh, sorry. So, gonna give this a mix. I've done it all the wrong way around. I should have put my porridge oats in first. But hey ho, there you go. It all goes down the same way. So 40 grams of porridge oats. There we go. It's easy enough. And then, them scales out the way, I'm going to give this a mix. Bit messy, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Be nice once it's done. I feel like I'm missing something. I always leave something out, don't I? Trying to think. Something's not there. Maybe an orange tangerine. A little tangerine to give it a bit of sweetness. So what I'll do is I'll pause while I go and eat this. 1 minute, someone at the door. Hello. You know me friend, stroke neighbour downstairs. I had a table and chairs there. I only bought it about a year ago, but it was too big and I couldn't move it. I couldn't lift it. It was too heavy. It was stunning looking, but you know, just couldn't lift it. So, and I wanted a smaller one. So it was just a good excuse for me to buy something else and, you know, treat myself to what I wanted. So I said to him, do you want it? Anyway, he's just been and took it down. So he's made up. So that's happy. So I've got a space now, and as luck would have it, the table that I've been looking at on Amazon, Alexa's just sent me a message to say they reduced it. So, you know, all this, like, we're being watched, because we are, and listened to. But I've got no secrets anyway, so my life's pretty non-secret. Can work in your own advantage, can't it? Because they've just offered me for a lower price, so gonna have this and then go on and see a little nosy posy. Mouth's watering. I know I should have had oranges though because my lips are stinky, but hey ho, there you go. What's done is done. So I'm gonna enjoy this now, and then I'll come back on and do the calorie counter. See you in a bit. So let's do the ready reckoning, shall we? Of what's been had today. Bear with me. What's it called? It's called NutriCheck, but it comes up as calorie counter. So that was yesterday's. So I had 40 grams of organic oats. They're just Aldi's. I just picked them up by accident. I just get bog standard ones because oats are oats, to be fair. I was at the till. I always do this. I'm at the till for self-checkout, and then I remember I forgot something, so I say to one of the ladies or the gents, "I'll just run back and get this," and they let me. And that's what happened. I'd forgot my porridge, so I ran back, and that was the closest one. Bit more expensive, and why pay more unless you want organic? But I'm not bothered. Porridge is porridge, I think, in my opinion. So I digress and waffling. So 40 grams of porridge oats, 148 calories, 2.1 grams of fat, 4.8 protein and 3.4 of fibre. I had 40 grams of Aldi's dates, 106 calories, 0.2 of fat, 1 of protein and 3 of fibre. A tangerine, 29 calories, 0.1 of fat, 0.5 of protein and 1 gram of fibre. Watermelon, I had 200 grams. It was 62 calories, 0.6 of fat, a gram of protein and 0.8 of fibre. Walnuts, I had 6 halves, on average 138, 13.7 grams of fat. However, remember that's good fats, not bad fats. 2.9 of protein and 0.9 of fibre. Brazil nuts, 3 I had. Well, I did have 2. I'm supposed to have 2, they say. But I put 3 anyway, 60 calories, so they're 20 calories each. 6.1 grams of fat. Again, it goes red because it's fat, but just remember that's good fats, good for your heart. Protein 1.3 and fibre 0.5. The Greek yogurt. Sorry guys. Cece's barking because there's someone faffing about outside. Proper bark dog. Oh God. So the Greek yogurt, 200 grams, 116 calories, which is really good. You can do loads of that, but that's for another day. No fat, 20.8 grams of protein, but no fibre. So today on average, I've eaten 963 calories. Which is a bit low. I mean, when I first started out on my weight loss journey, I started on 1,000 calories a day and I stuck to it. So in total, there's been 25.3 grams of fat, 92.1 grams of protein, which is good, and 13.2 grams of fibre. Now, fibre's a tricky one because it's really hard to get it into your diet. I think I've had a good selection there of like nuts and seeds, and you know, I've had chia seeds, I've had flax seeds. Unless you're gonna Cece, sorry, stop it. She's only tired, she thinks she's a Rottweiler. Unless you're gonna eat beans every day, then it's hard to reach your fibre, unless someone has got advice to me that can tell me. I just think it's hard to reach your fibre goal, and you know, you can't have beans for tea every day. I know there's like lentils and pulses and all that, but they're all beans, aren't they? So it's 13.2. So on average, on a rolling period.
Yay!
So, hold on, sorry. Scratch up, neighbour shouting. I'm back. And that, my friends, is why Cece was barking, because he was knocking, but I couldn't hear it. And he's downstairs. I live in a block flat, so he lives underneath me. Shouting me, Jay, that's what people call me for short. I said, oh, just pop your head in and just shout, Janine, you know, because my front door's right round there. So yeah, back to fibre. It's a difficult one, isn't it? I was going to say me total, I think over the past 2 days, bear with me. So, 26 yesterday, it's about 26.5, so 3.5 off. Pardon me, and then today, 13.2. But I'm not going to get myself het up over it. Do the best I can. Do you know what I mean? When I can. And I do try and get me beans in, don't I? You know, making me posh beans on toast. But I don't want to eat beans every night or lentils or... Try your best. That's all we can do, isn't it, guys? And your best is always good enough. So, table and chairs is gone. Did I just say Aldi? Not Aldi. Amazon had just sent me a message about a chair, the table that I was looking at, to say it's on, off and on. I did, didn't I? Because I said they're listening to us. But yeah, so it's been a good day. Yeah, I'm happy, and I hope you are all happy and that you've had a good day and that everything in the garden's rosy. And just remember what I always say, be kind to yourself, look after yourself. Can't remember it. Be kind to yourself, look after yourself. Love yourself. This is all that small face again, but you know me. Just be kind to yourself and love yourself. Do you know what I mean? You know, and don't be afraid to speak your mind, as long as you're not horrible with it. Do you know what I mean? You can be honest and truthful, as long as we're not nasty. And I don't think any of us listening on here will be. Anyway, I'm off for them. See you tomorrow. Take it easy. Nice. Bye bye. Ta-ra.